This is Johnny Nelson and you're watching Sporting Icons.
Now this is getting harder and harder for me and a lot of you to hold on to Conor Benn being innocent. It really is. And I don't want to be that way, because I always want to give people the benefit of the doubt when it comes to this kind of situation, because it's a very, very serious situation. And I did a video, a very, very brief video, where it was put out in the press that Conor Benn failed another test for the same substance earlier on in the year. So of course, what I'm hearing now, I'm thinking, what? Earlier on in the year? Are we talking February, March, April? When are we talking about? Again, the last time he fought was it August? No, sorry, April, against Chris Van Heerden. So did he fail a test around then? That's what I'm thinking. But Conor Benn has just put out where he did fail another test for VADA, which apparently the sample was taken on July the 25th, but then came back in late August. Then he had another test with VADA, which of course is the one that we all know about prior to the Chris Eubank Jr. fight collapse. That was taken off September the 1st and came back September the 23rd. Now, I suppose I do have to ask the question, with the prices that VADA charge, apparently, which is in the thousands to do these tests, you'd think they'd speed it up a little bit. Why is it taking, 3 or 4 weeks for test results to come back? But now I have to ask the question that now, of course, he's confirming that there was actually another test. Now, it's not as earlier on in the year as the press would have us believe. But again, we couldn't really take too much of what it was that they were saying. It could have been anybody who's told them that, all right? But as it turned out, it's probably the British Box Board of Control, right? But if he's finding out in late August that he's failed a test, what did you do between finding out to then taking another test on September the 1st? What did you do to address it? What investigations did you and your team do to find out what this was? Because Conor Benn, he's claiming how he believes it's from contaminated food or drink. Now, I don't know if you can get this women's fertility substance in food or drink. I don't know, okay? I'm no medical expert or PD expert or expert on too much around this kind of stuff. So, of what I'm hearing, it has to be deliberately ingested. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know this, okay? In time, we'll find out. Conor Benn, he's meant to be doing some interviews tomorrow and whatever else. But what did you do when you found out in August that you failed a VADA test? Did Chris Eubank Jr. know about it? Because again, at this point, he's already announced the fight with Chris Eubank Jr., right? So he's already in camp. This gets flagged up. What did you do about it? Why was the fight not pulled then? I don't get it. And I'm going to presume here that the British Box Board of Control also knew that Conor Benn failed that first time. I'm only going to presume that they knew, but didn't do anything about it. They didn't call up Eddie Hearn and say, right, we're not going to sanction this fight anymore. Because right the way up until, a couple of days before the fight, the British Board of Control were still sanctioning this fight. And then they pulled out the day after, was it, that it came out in the press. Which, again, Eddie Hearn confirmed that it's actually the British Box Board of Control who contacted the press. Rather than the British Box Board of Control just put out a statement themselves, and then the press can pick up on it. No, they contacted one particular newspaper. For what reason that one particular newspaper, I don't know. But now 2 tests. So even if it was accidental, for example, why didn't you address it the first time to make sure that when you got tested on the 1st of September, that you were clean? It sounds to me like they didn't do anything about it. They went, well, demain. That's what it sounds like. But even now, all this time later, he still believes that it may have been from contaminated food or drink. So they still don't know how it got into his system. So if it is something that he's been eating or drinking or whatever, for how long has he been eating and drinking this kind of stuff? Did he fight Chris Van Heerden or Chris Algieri or anybody like that under the influence of this PED? But he's been passing UCAD. So if you're passing UCAD, is this not on UCAD's banned list? And how can it be that it's on 2 VADA tests, but it's not being picked up at any other time? Why is that? Is it being cycled? I don't want to be saying this because I said I know people personally who know Conor Benn personally, who get on very, very well with Conor Benn, think he's the bee's knees. But this is bad. I can't justify this. I can't defend it. I really can't. I want to defend it. I'm sure most of us do, unless of course you're a real Matchroom hater, then this kind of thing you'll love and really hope that he gets banned for life and whatever else. But by the looks of it, he's going to have to take some kind of suspension. But the thing is, who's going to suspend him? Is the public going to watch his fights? Are the public going to support him, knowing this, even if he doesn't receive a ban? Because him relinquishing his British Box Border Control licence means that he probably can't be banned, right? He can fight in other territories, other countries. Could even fight here if he really wanted to, just not under the auspices of the British Box Border Control. This ain't good, man. This really ain't good. Drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you next video.